What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here, back with more Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. This is our Rise of the Forsaken, the 4th edition campaign that we have been running. I am, of course, your GM for tonight, your DM, Mr. Jumbo Thick, and I am joined by the Unfortunate Fellowship, our normal cast and crew of Mr. Jumbo Smooth, Doobie 209, and Pierce Galactic. If you care to introduce yourself, boys.
Hello, everyone. I am Jumbo Smooth. I'll be playing the role of Marius Wolf this evening. I'm a miner. I'm currently in a hell tunnel. I have a pick called Drinking Design. And, shout out to the fans. I got a lot of comments from the last video. But I'm also going to say, what the hell, guys? Really put on a lot of big monsters for the face.
That's what they want. They want blood.
Go easy on us. We're trying to make.
Bro, they were so hyping you up, though.
Yeah, you got hyped up.
They know you can take it.
Exactly.
Marius the Mighty.
You can take it. How about Mr. Doobie?
What's up, guys? Doobie 209 here. I play Seamus McGreedy, the now one-armed road warden with lots of burn marks. And yeah, pretty much, thanks a lot, fans, for all those comments. I believe that's probably the most commented video that I can recall.
Might be actually. Might be close up there.
But yeah, some of those comments were cool, some of them not so cool, especially the guy that suggested all the bloodthirsters. That's cool.
How about Mr. Galactic?
This is Pierce Galactic. I play the part of Bragadin Bano, a fine Bretonian nobleman.
Fine, very fine.
In a tunnel from hell. And also apparently maybe a rock star when there's a few opponents around him. Purveyor of erotic fiction. And we got a ton of great comments. I especially liked Adam the Spaghetti Fanatics. He had some good ones. And Giorgio had some good ones. That's Doobie's favorite right there. He loves that name. We were talking about that at work. But
Fanatic.
Some great comments, guys. Yeah. All right.
Awesome. Well, let's just get right into it, boys. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty since we are here now, present. Last we left off, the Fellowship found themselves fleeing from Karak Zorn, being pursued by a demon that was unleashed in the bowels of the hold, where you guys were attempting to retrieve some items of ill repute. You did, however, escape with your lives, and in the process unleashed Malefax, who is obviously a demon of some kind. Not exactly sure what kind that is as of yet. But in your attempt to flee, you finally made it back out of Karak Zorn after the loss of life and limb to those that you've come across. And of course, Seamus almost losing his arm in the process. You did slay Crom, the Chaos Lord that was running the forces of Khorne that were infesting Karak Zorn. You were reactivating the door that lets you into the tunnel of the Old Ones that allows you to travel apparently both space and time. And during that process, a very heated process, wink wink, Seamus, where somebody may have been doused in a massive molten fireball and almost killed outright. You did, however, escape, rather hurt, into the Tunnel of the Old Ones, which has done a little bit of changing since the last time you were in there. There is now a very large amount of blood that apparently is just stagnant on the floor. Something I forgot to do last time, but I will do as soon as we start up here. All of you fought off a rather large group of cultists, of followers of Khorne that came charging at you. You fought valiantly. I want to say Bano took some pretty good hit at some point. Seamus, even one-armed,
yes, he did.
was a force to be reckoned with. And, of course, Marius just... It was like a damn meat grinder over there. He killed like half of them by himself. So, you butchered the cultist and then were proceeding forward without arrest of any kind. Then you became somewhat hindered as the blood is now around almost knee deep. It's getting very, very high. And due to some good checks, you heard a contingent of followers of Khorne moving in your direction. These were not mere cultists, however. This was a somewhat decent-sized group of the fell children of the Dark Gods, Beastmen. Bragadine managed to hide, at least as far as he knows he's hidden, and so did Marius Wolf. Seamus, however, did not, and the Beastmen began charging in his direction. However, Marius, in a opportunity that presents itself, slew the first Gore that crossed his path, announcing his presence to the rest of the beasts behind him, but killing one all outright. Just to remind you guys how many enemies you're up against here.
It was 3. I remember you said it was 3.
It was not 3. You are facing quite the contingent as of right now. As you will remember, there were the 2 Gores that are, they're very well-muscled, larger beastmen that were standing, were charging in the way. Marius just slew one. There was another behind him. Then there was also one of the smaller Ungors with the kind of stubby, pointy horns, who appeared to be holding some kind of shoddy bow and arrow that you've seen employed before. There were also 2 larger Gore-like creatures with the blackened plate armor, Bestigors, the more elite beastmen. And then further behind them, charging very quickly, was one of the grotesque, fanatically flayed Minotaurs of Khorne, holding 2 massive axes dripping with blood. And that is pretty much right where we left off. So, I am going to be having you guys roll initiative, but before we do, I forgot something happened last time, and I forgot to punish someone in our party. So, Bragadine, I need you to roll me a D100.
What?
Roll me a D100.
Right. What's coming? 9.
Ooh, hope this is for his blasphemy.
Roll me one more D100, please.
15. Man, I'm wasting good rolls right now. 9 and a 15.
Okay. All right. So, Bragadine, in this moment, you've been leading up to this moment, you've been feeling kind of, ever since you got that blood in your mouth, you've been feeling a little like your skin is tightening around your fingers. And something's not right. Something's not right with it. You're the proud owner of 1 point of corruption, as your soul has been stained by the dark powers. So you can put that in your book.
Putting this right here.
Put that in your book. And
yeah, I heard you.
That was it.
Okay. Quick question.
Yes.
What does that mean at this time?
Nothing important as of yet. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
So that's it. All right. And that brings us up to speed. So let's go ahead and roll initiative, boys.
Let's do this, boys. Marius rolled a 9.
A 9, okay.
Seamus also rolled a 9.
Okay, all right. And Bragadine?
12.
Oh, very good, very good.
Mm-hmm. It's
nice.
It's our dex bonus, right? on top of the
initiative bonus.
Initiative bonus.
12.
Yeah.
12.
Still 12? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So by my count, we have 1, 2, 4 people standing.
2, 3. Yeah, 5. There should be 5.
5. Okay.
Okay. So that is that. Bragadine, you are up first. As far as you know, you are still hidden. You ducked out of sight, and you're back behind where Seamus is, and they are charging in his direction. Though they may be, or at least a few of them may be switching targets, as Marius has let himself be known, and he is further ahead of you. He's about 20 feet ahead of you. Now, I will say the terrain, you are in almost knee-deep blood. Your movement is going to be more limited.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
How far? So I remember basically it's not a statue, it's like a dwarf head or something that was
basically, essentially, you were hiding behind kind of a cluster of these dwarves that were kind of melted together. Okay. The armor's all melted together.
And then there's the main thoroughfare in front of me.
Yes.
And Seamus is just a little bit past that. Could I reach up near Seamus if I ran out?
Yeah, Seamus is only probably 3-4 feet in front of you. You barely managed to kind of just slink away. And he stumbled and diverted all attention towards him.
Okay, I lost you a little bit there, Jumbo.
Oh, did you?
I only heard like the last little bit, yeah.
Okay.
So
essentially, you heard that he's only a couple feet away from you.
Okay. How far is the closest soon-to-be dead Chaos follower in front of Seamus?
Okay. They are all... So, Marius took the one in the lead. So, all of them are a minimum of 20 feet from you or further.
I would like to creep along the wall behind me to try and get ahead of Seamus, but still hide behind rubble. Okay,
all right. Okay. You were already had limited movement.
Okay.
So I'm going to say if you're trying to be quiet.
I am trying to be quiet.
Okay, you're still, so we're still going to go with your same stealth roll. So I won't make you roll anything else, but you're only going to be able to move probably 10 feet. And you're along the edge of the wall. So you're kind of trying to stay behind some of these dwarven corpses. It's very
yes, I'm
very
cowering down, trying to be out of sight right now.
Yes,
just trying to worm my way up ahead of Seamus a little bit.
Okay, all right, and I'll say you get about it's only going to be about 10 feet.
That's cool. That's fine.
And you are off to the side. So that is it. Is that going to be it for your turn?
Yeah, just that really, and since I don't have to do a stealth roll, I guess I would just ready myself to, my free action, I'm going to ready myself to be able to spring out to the best of my ability in the main thoroughfare.
I can't wait for you to spring out. It's going to be great.
It will be.
That brings us to someone else. Marius, as you have just taken this gore. It's fallen dead into the blood at your feet. And as it does, you hear the bellows and the brays of the beastmen behind them. And one of the large, more armored gores runs, but the kind of the entryway where you were hiding behind is somewhat clogged. And so you hear a and then a splash behind you. As this huge Bestigor lands behind you, and it's hefting this large axe in its hands, and it brings its overhead, and it's going to try to cleave you in two.
Oh, no.
So I need you to roll some defense, Marius. You do have one momentum for your previous kill.
I won't need it, bro. I rolled natural 1.
Oh, fuck. Jesus. How much damage is it total? Because I've got a feeling it's not going to matter.
It's I'm at 70, so technically it's 6 damage, 18 damage.
Yeah, it's not going to matter. How would you like to kill this this creature?
just turn around real quick, kind of like a full batter swing with my pick, and just
God damn it,
and just hit it right in its head.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And then turn back around, ready for more business.
All right, and you sling the pick around, take it through its head, and before he can even let out a bray, as the axe is still lifted above its head, and the axe falls, sloshes into the blood, and the massive body goes limp as you pull your pick free. And that's his turn. So now it's actually Marius and Seamus's turn. You guys are up. You can pick who goes first.
Well, since Marius just killed one, I'm gonna.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull out the sword.
Okay.
And we're just gonna run in.
All right.
We're
like I
going
said, like I was saying with Bragadine, movement is limited. You are going to be at half speed, which gives you 20 feet. That gives you enough to get up to Marius. Do you want to be in line of sight of the beastmen, or do you want to kind of get towards behind Marius?
Oh, I'm not getting behind Marius. I'm getting in line of sight.
Okay, you're going to run straight ahead then. Got it.
So I'm not hiding.
All right, you can't. There's no one currently engaged with you. They're about 5 or 10 feet from you. Mm-hmm. Do you have your sword drawn?
I do.
Okay. Would you like to do anything else?
I guess that will be it. I'll probably just run out there and start screaming as I slash through the blood.
Would you like to make an intimidation check as your action?
Ooh, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's give it a
go ahead and roll me
one.
You never know.
10 action here. I failed with a 90.
Okay. Well,
Pretty
probably not going to do anything. So yes, you are shaky and beaten and smoking. Well, you're not smoking anymore, but you look severely hurt. Probably not as intimidating as you hoping you would be. But yes, that will be that. So that brings us now to the next large creature, the Bestigor. Comes charging in. Let me roll this. Let me flip this coin real quick. Okay, all right. The second one begins running towards, both of you, since you're pretty much standing next to each other. However, similar to the fallen beastmen, Marius, this one also vaults the rubble that you are kind of hiding behind and splashes next to the corpse. And as he does, he takes stock of what's going on, the two big racks of horns on the sides of his head. And he is going to attempt to headbutt you, Marius.
Oh, gee. All right.
Defend thyself.
That's a 12 out of 90.
Jeez.
How many success levels is it? Because this is important.
8.
It's 8?
No.
Okay, yeah. It's
Seven.
enough.
Okay.
Oh, okay, 7?
Mm-hmm.
Let me make sure. Nope, that's just enough. You bastard. Ooh. You lucky bastard. The head comes towards you, and you bring the haft of the pick and catch the rack of horns. And as you catch them, you notice that this thing is foaming at the mouth. And as you catch the horns, he brings the axe in an arc, trying to spear you from underneath. So I need you to defend yourself one more time.
Okay. That's a 8 out of 100.
8 out of 100. I'm going to say, yeah. So you definitely knock away that one once again. Yeah. And he is left there. Just standing there right now. So currently he's breathing heavily and kind of taking stock of you. But he is in somewhat of a blood frenzy that you've noticed many of these creatures are capable of.
Uh-huh.
All right, and that brings us to now. Let's see here. Yes, the gore that you fell the first time, Marius, the one that was just a regular, not as heavily armored.
Mm-hmm.
The creature behind him, another gore, comes charging in, and it's going for Seamus McCready.
Oh,
ooh, fucking bring it!
It goes, "Rah!" And you can see that it's got a shield on its arm, and it's got this giant, not giant. It looks like a mace, but it looks like it's made out of just like a femur. And then the top of it is this kind of gross-looking skull that's still dripping with viscera. He's going to try to club you to death with it. So I need you to defend yourself.
Is he considered a large creature?
No, he is not.
Okay. So I can probably... Seamus would assume he could probably block this.
Yes. I will say he's probably about... He's over 6 feet tall. You're probably about eye level with him.
So is Seamus.
Yeah, exactly. So you're probably about the same size, but he's probably a lot more muscular.
Oh. Ugh. Oh god, I only have 2 fortune left. I rolled a 76 out of 50.
Okay, do you want to re-roll it?
I only have 2 of these left.
how much health do you have, bro? I mean...
Yeah, I'll burn one right now.
Okay.
Shit, I don't want to. That's even worse. It's a 90 out of 50.
Okay. So, Seamus, you have your sword at the ready. You just screamed out at all of these beastmen as they come running in. You can see that it's almost like there's this glazed look in their eyes, and there's actually blood dripping from the eyes themselves, and foam, like this disgusting foamy broth coming out of his mouth, and he just looks crazed. And this thing runs towards you and brings the butt of its very disgusting, grisly weapon against the side of your skull. Dealing a lot of damage. It's going to be a lot. Let's see here.
Rest in peace, Seamus.
11 wounds to the side of your head. You can negate with your toughness bonus. Or are you still standing?
The toughness bonus, I have 6. The toughness bonus drops it down to 6. So I technically have 0.
Okay, so you lose your footing, Seamus. You don't, however, receive a critical wound, but you drop to a knee, and you are prone now. You can still defend yourself without a penalty, but
oh goody.
Oh goody. Let me make sure. I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure you can defend yourself without having issues. You have okay. Opponent striking you gain a +20 to hit you. Okay, so yes, you can still defend yourself. And the crazed beastman is seeing you crumple but not fall, is going to try to now smash you again.
Is this a bestigore or a gore?
This is just a regular gore. Just a regular gore. So I need you to defend yourself.
All right. God, these rolls are complete shit. That's a 73, which would currently be out of 50 with the exhaustion, and if I have to take any other penalties.
73 out of 50?
Yes, at the moment. That's just with the exhaustion tacked on.
Okay. Do you want to re-roll it?
I don't want to burn another one already. You know what? We're going for broke.
Okay.
We're on death's door. This went complete opposite of what I hoped. And that's a 47 out of 50.
Okay. So that's a success. And let's see here. Let me make sure I got this right. $68. Okay. All right. So As he goes to bring down the butt of the kind of the femur bone that he's got in his hand, he's trying to bring it down once again across your head, and you manage to just barely get your sword up and kind of just nick it to the side, and it misses you. And as it misses, he stumbles, and he also drops to a knee beside you. And he moves to stand, but mechanically speaking, he cannot move his next turn because I had a critical fail on his offense. So, all right. Which means you didn't have to re-roll that, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's okay.
It's fine. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yeah.
So, all right, that is the end of his turn. That brings us to the Ungor, who you see he's about 15, 20 feet towards the back. And Seamus, you're kind of busy right now. Marius, you kind of glance over. You see Seamus go down, so you're more preoccupied with that. Bragadine, however...
Ooh, I don't think I ever went, you know?
Oh, yeah, you didn't go yet.
Yeah.
It's your turn. Go ahead.
You don't need to go, bro.
You're right. You don't need to go. I don't need you to go. You keep killing all my people anyway. So,
Vestigor, they charged me?
Yeah, there's a Vestigor. Then you are also technically in melee with the creature next to Seamus as well.
Okay.
So you have both of them as targets.
Okay. If they're both within melee, I might just kind of reach across and try to attack the Vestigor that's attacking Seamus.
That's just a regular gore. But yes, I get what you're saying. Go ahead and roll an attack.
Okay. Cool.
He's going to try to defend himself. Doubt it's going to go well.
It is a 53 out of 110.
53 out of 110.
Damn.
That hits. Awesome. Okay, that hits the body. Yeah, you. How much damage is it? First off, let's.
It bypasses wood armor.
Yes.
And it would be 17 points of damage.
17. Let me make sure. Woo! So you fling the pick out to the side, and as he stumbles and kind of recovers after bludgeoning Seamus, the pick pierces through kind of the abdominal section, goes straight through and out the back, and you hear him, "Argh!" And you pull it free, and he doesn't fall. He looks very, very hurt.
Okay.
But he's still standing, and he's clutching at his gut in a way, with kind of trying to shore it up with his shield that you bypassed completely, you bastard.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. And is that going to be the end of your turn, Marius?
Yes, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. That brings us now it brings us to the Ungor. With you actually having done that, Marius, you would be able to see now. Kind of see a little bit. Bragadine would have a better view. It's still hidden, as the one with the bow kind of scrambles up onto another set of statues about 15, 20 feet back to try to get a better view. And he doesn't have much of a view of anyone right now. So he is going to just draw his bow back and shoot at the first enemy that comes into sight. So that is his current action. And that brings us to the last creature in this encounter, the Minotaur, who begins charging in and cannot quite make it into melee yet, but is charging in the direction of one Seamus McCready.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that this thing is, it's huge. The boom, boom, and there's splashes of blood being thrown around as it's charging in your direction. It's almost like almost like bells attached to its large horns, but they're skulls that are rattling together. And this is definitely a not so normal creature that you can tell. And that is the end of the round. So that brings us to the top of the round with Mr. Benoit, whom we might be losing due to technical problems. We'll see.
Mr. Benoit is here. He just can't hear anybody who speaks right after you.
That's fine.
It's weird.
For now.
Okay. So, I actually am not sure where everybody is. I lost a lot of that. I'm so sorry.
It's fine,
Jumbo.
It's fine. It's fine. So basically what you see before you, Bragadine, is you see that Seamus and Marius have charged. They're both next to each other. Kind of almost in a choke point of where the rubble and some of these dwarven melted statues have gathered. There's a bit of an opening, probably about a 10-foot gap that these beastmen have been charging through. Marius has been laying waste to beastmen.
Of course.
There are 2 fallen at his feet. Seamus valiantly thought he was going to do the same and was bludgeoned and is near death, laying at the ground.
He should have used his coward's weapon.
Should have used his coward's weapon. It's too late now.
Yes.
He's almost dead. He's laying there prone.
All right.
Behind them, Bragadine, further behind them, about 15 feet past them, so that's going to be about 25 feet from you, there is an Ungor with a bow that has taken up stock and is looking in the direction of those 2, where it thinks the battle is, and you can tell that it's pulled back the bowstring but hasn't fired yet. One could assume that it is probably waiting to shoot at the first target it can get a good shot at. And, of course, you heard the thundering hooves of the Minotaur charging in.
Oh, yes. Could I make it to Seamus from where I'm at?
Okay.
I think you said I could.
So here's going to be the kicker on that. You've been hiding. So there's some stuff in between you and him.
Oh.
You could get to him if you make me an athletics test to jump over this stuff with a -10 because of your destroyed. No, we're not doing that. Okay.
Yeah.
So what else would you like to do then? Now the thing is, you only have limited movement in this due to your injured leg.
Roughly.
Yeah, you have about 10 feet is all you're getting out of this.
Is there enough rubble? Can I see if there's enough rubble where I might be able to sneak down the wall over a course of turns to behind the bowman?
Yes, I will say that there's probably, you can see further down that there is probably enough of a gap that you could
right?
Yeah, he's about 25 feet. Now you can cover at least 10, but I will say this. If you're moving at a stealth pace, you're only going to cover 10. If you want to move at an unstealth pace, I'll give you 15.
I want to charge one of the guys. Could I charge if I move at an unstealth pace into combat and engage?
You're still going to have to make me a test to hop over that rubble.
I'd have to do the athletics check on that, right?
Yeah, if you want to get into melee with the creatures that they're in melee with.
I did not hear the first part of that.
Okay, so I'm going to need an athletics test if you want to get into...
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make me one.
Yeah. Oh, it's a 20. Out of, you said a -10, so I needed a 22.
Mm-hmm.
I needed a 20. Yeah, I needed 23, and I got 20.
Okay, good. So you grab a hold, and I will say... I'm gonna give it to you without the arm because you also have the injured arm, but you rolled good enough. It's not gonna matter. So you grab a hold of the. It's not glorious. This isn't like a fantastic. This isn't a Marius. Ability here. This is you just kind of rolling over the top of something.
I hate you, Seamus.
And kind of falling awkwardly off to the side, splashing into the blood. And as you do, you ingloriously look up and begin charging at the closest beastman, which would be the one that is towering over one Seamus McCready. I will say you can get into melee with him. Are you going to attack?
I'm going to get over him and raise my shield to protect his fallen body from this foul filth of the earth.
Okay. Are you going to attack, though?
So no, I'm not going to attack.
You can make me attack roll if you want. It'll be a straight roll for you because you have a -10 to your injured shoulder, but you have a +10 for charging.
Oh, we're attacking it. Yeah.
Okay.
No cowardly defense. 27. That's a pass. Let me figure out what the. 3 levels of success.
3 levels of success. So you lash out with the sword towards his. It would be hitting his right arm, but you notice that this creature also has a shield, Bragadine.
Okay.
It's a pretty stout defense.
Uh-oh.
And as you lash out with the sword, he catches it on his shield and kind of knocks it to the side.
The bastard.
And you have given him 1 point of momentum. That's good. I like that.
Do I get a point of momentum too?
No, you do not.
All right.
you do not get a point of momentum. The creature does. And is that the end of your turn, Bracketing?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Marius and Seamus.
All right.
Who's going first?
I'll let Seamus do the honors.
Okay, Seamus.
All right.
Seamus, you're prone.
Shit. Am I drowning?
You have 0. You are not drowning yet. You're able to keep your head above the blood for now. You can use a resolve point to eliminate the prone condition, and then you will be able to stand up with 1 hit point.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so you have 1 wound, Seamus. You're looking haggard. A blow to the head a moment ago. What would you like to do?
Attack this beastman in front of me.
Okay, I will say he has a shield. He has a stout defense.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
Okay.
We're committed. We're committed to this.
We're committed. We're committed. We're doing it. Let's do it.
You know, I'm very limited on my bullets, so we got the backup plan, which is this.
Okay.
Ooh. This is not my night. Ooh, that is a 100.
No, it is not.
100?
100?
I burned all my fortune. Yeah, that's a 100, bro.
Okay.
Jesus.
Well,
Christ.
well, roll me a D100.
This is it, you know.
That's a 42.
42. Okay, you lash out, and he easily blocks the. It was a weakened strike. Takes it on the shield, and as he does, you are out of position of sorts. Your grip slackens on the blade, and when it does, mechanically speaking, you have a -10 on your next action on the next round. So not as bad as it could have been. Not as bad as it could have been.
All right.
So,
all right.
But was there anything else you'd like to do, Seamus?
Nope.
Okay.
Ooh, man, this
is completely backfired.
I was about to say, this is a glorious end, you know? Like,
it's about to be.
how will Seamus be remembered, you know?
We'll see how it goes. So that brings us to Marius. Marius Wolf, it is now your turn. You can see Seamus and Bragadine just ineffectually. And I mean, this guy is weakened severely. By the massive hole in his gut that you put through him. They're having a hard time. And then, of course, there's the rather large creature that is standing next to you that looks like it is poised to strike out at you.
All right. I guess I'm going to go for the weakened gore again. See if we can put him get him out of the way.
Go ahead and make me an attack roll. I will say he's racked up quite a bit of momentum.
Yeah. So have I. That is a 17 out of 120.
Pretty sure you beat him on that one. This one takes him.
Plus the pierce opponent armor, you know?
Yes, exactly. It takes him in the left arm this time, and you almost rip it out of his body. It cleaves in, and as you do, and then you toss him, and he flings backwards towards the Minotaur. And as he does, all three of you have revealed yourself now, as you flung the body away that was imposing a disadvantage to the archer shooting at the three of you. And he's going to take a shot now, as the body flings to the side. And as you do fling it to the side, Marius, you see the Minotaur lower its horns and just knock aside the corpse that you sent flailing in its direction. So he's going to take a shot. Let me roll a... He's taking a shot at... It looks like Marius, actually.
All right.
Marius, you do see it coming, Marius.
Okay.
So you can, because this is an arrow and you still have a cloak, you can attempt to deflect.
Ooh, cheap shot.
Go ahead and give me a.
It's been a while since I used that.
It's just a straight weapon skill.
Just weapon skill.
Just to see. It's a small chance.
Ooh, okay. That would be a 45 out of 110.
Oh, you don't get your momentum on this.
Momentum? Okay, then it's 45 out of 50.
Out of 50. Okay, so it's still a success, and it's a good thing it was, because this is just a success as well. So you barely. Now it still counts as a hit though, so you do lose your momentum, but you don't take any damage.
Yep.
You manage to sweep the cloak up, and it clatters off of the thick hide of the dragon scales and skids off of you ineffectually, but it does kind of slug you a little bit. You might have a bruise. And that is what happens as he was preparing that. That now brings us... Well, he's dead now. He's dead. So let's... the Bestigor. It is now his turn, as he sees you, Marius, as the largest threat and the most worthy of his lord's attentions, and he's going to try to kill you.
All right.
Okay.
Roll in defense. My pick.
Roll defense.
That is a 25 out of 70.
Okay. The first swing with the axe, you batter aside. Roll me one more.
Okay. That is a 53 out of 80.
Okay. Once again, same time, he comes lunging in with the axe. This time an overhead swing, and you catch it on the haft. Holding them in place for now. And that's it. He's locked in a stalemate with you.
Okay.
Now it is the Ungor's actual turn with the bow and arrow. And because he has a crappy bow, he reloads it. And he sees that you're engaged right now, and he is a coward. But he's going to shift his attention. Seamus is standing, and so is Bragadine. Let's roll this. Looks like Bragadine might be the lucky one for this.
Oh, how'd the coward shoot to me?
Oh,
the lady will knock the arrow from the sky.
Oh, shit.
Did you roll a 1?
No, but I still rolled something not so good. Let's see. Let me see here. Roll me a D100, Bragadine.
Can you try to block with his shield? You know.
Yeah. You have to have a large. You have to have a tower shield. unfortunately.
I'm a small man. A normal shield to you is a tower shield to me.
Not quite. Not quite.
I'm up to my waist in blood water. Surprised I'm not full of frenzy. 73.
73. Okay, that's body. All right. Let's see here. All right, roll me one more.
I heard none of that.
Roll me one more D100, please.
40.
You have 2 critical wounds. Okay. Man, this is bad. Okay. So, Bragadine, the arrow is launched. And I mean, this is a shitty bow. It's not good.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear anything I'm saying right now?
Yeah, I heard you when you said shitty bow is when it started. I heard it again.
Okay, can you hear me now? All right. So as I was saying, now that we're back, sorry for the interruption, guys. We had a bit of a technical issue, but it should be fixed now. So Bragadine, back to me killing you. The Ungor took aim at you and let loose its arrow. It is, let me see how much damage it does.
Cowardly beast.
Let's see. Oof, that's actually quite a bit. So you're looking at 9 wounds, Bragadine. And this is a critical hit. As it hits you in your midsection. Are you still standing? And we're still having problems, it looks like.
Damn. Oh, no.
Yeah. I'm sure that was fantastic. I heard nothing.
Hopefully he's dead.
Mm-hmm. I hate you, Seamus. I don't know what just happened to me, but if you're happy, it was bad.
He took 9 wounds. Critical hit.
I'm 3 critical hits now. What was my critical hit?
So you have, can he hear me? Can you hear me now?
Oh.
He can't hear me, can he?
I don't think he can. Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you.
Huh. You don't have him muted, perhaps, do you?
I should know. I shouldn't.
No, because I can hear Jumbo sometimes.
Well, you can.
It's irregular, guys. I'm so sorry,
Okay.
fans. I don't know if you're going to hear this. This is terrible.
Well, just so you know, you did get hit in the chest. It was a critical wound.
Yeah.
And it was 9 points of damage that you can't use your toughness or armor against.
I have 0 wounds.
Okay. So yeah, you are on the ground.
So yeah, he's prone now.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Is there a permanent injury from that critical hit, like my torn muscles?
Yes. And you can relay to him, since we're doing this now.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
I can hear you now.
Okay.
It's going to be a rough session, guys.
Now, you can also, you have broken ribs. Or, excuse me, you have bruised ribs.
Poor bastard.
So any agility test suffer a minus 10.
I'm never helping Seamus again. Every time I try to help Seamus, something terrible happens to me.
So anything agility based, you're at minus 10 for the next 10 days.
All right, cool. Thank you, Jumbo.
Okay. And what is your toughness bonus 4?
Yes.
Okay. So if you get one more critical hit, you're going to be almost on death's door.
Yep.
All right. So he drops as all of this takes place, and you are currently prone next to Seamus.
Crying.
Right.
I'm crying.
And that is the end of his turn. Now, it is finally the Minotaur's turn.
Oh,
and
no.
Minotaur's pissed off right now. Super pissed off. And he's going to charge towards the two of you. Seamus and Bragadine. There's no one in the way now. And technically, Marius is still behind a little bit of rubble, a little bit of wall, so he can't even see Marius right now. All right. Who wants it? Who wants it? Who wants the pain?
Bring it on.
No.
Shit.
I can take it twice as hard as Seamus.
Okay, let's go towards. Okay, so the first gore attack as he lowers his head. I mean, he's huge. He's a large creature, and he's going to try to kill you, Seamus. I need you to either dodge or take a minus 20 melee block.
We're not doing that.
Okay, so it's your choice.
So the minus 10 from the last round, is that just for attacks?
It's only for attacks.
Okay. Just a minus 10.
I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. Yeah,
Ooh,
because
shit.
it's your action.
That's a 22 on the dodge.
Oh, shit. Thank God, Seamus. He lowers the horns, and as he does, there's just this twinge in your arm, Seamus. There's a little... And as it happens, you feel a pulse of something release through your blade. I need you to make me a cool test, Seamus.
Ooh. That is a 65.
Out of...
my minus 10, 34.
Out of 34. Okay. So it's a big fail for your for your cool. But fear normally would have overcome you as the creature was charging towards you, but it didn't. And due to your critical success, as the blade sinks in, something happens, Seamus. You feel this tingling sensation, and suddenly a sensation that you are becoming accustomed to as your mind goes blank and the ethereal shroud takes over your body. So let me see here. Where did you hit? Roll me a D100 real quick, Seamus.
All right, a 31.
Okay, roll me one more.
5.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you actually take him in his left arm. How much damage is that for you?
Well, it was a dodge, so...
Oh, that's right.
Dodging.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the still with the I'm still gonna give you the Wraith shift that has happened. So you've taken on your Wraith form. And you unfortunately won't be getting the points back. You won't be getting any health back because you didn't actually connect with a weapon attack. But you now are shifted as it was, as the butt of your sword clatters against his arm. And as it does, it almost stuns him, almost like you have more force behind your blow than you normally should, even though this creature is so big. And as it does, its left arm kind of goes slack and it drops one of its axes.
Ooh, nice.
Ooh.
All right. And what's your strength bonus? Because I'll at least do that in wounds.
3.
3. Okay, so I'll say it takes 3 wounds. So here that is 20. Okay. All right, so it flinches back, not expecting that. And as it does, Seamus, it's going to try to cleave you with the other axe in its hand. So I need you to defend yourself one more time.
We're going to dodge again.
Okay.
That one was not as
clean. You have a plus 10 now.
Well, I rolled an 85.
Okay.
The plus 10 will make it out of 27.
Okay. As it swipes at you, let me roll one more. This is not you. You are getting so lucky. He swipes at you with the second axe, and you must have just jarred this creature, because not only does he miss, and you're getting used to as your mind goes blank and you're shifting into this kind of wraith-like form. He must just be so confused by what's happening that he not only misses you, but clips his axe into the stonework next to you. And it, boom, shatters, and as it does, a crack forms in his axe. And for mechanical reasons, he will be going last in the round no matter what, next round. Which technically he does anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But as that happens, you also notice, Seamus, that he is in frenzy. So he gets one more attack. So he's going to pull his axe free and try to cleave your head off again. Go ahead and defend yourself one more time.
Oh, God. That is going to be a 53 out of 27.
27. You are a lucky man. A lucky man. As he sweeps the axe back across, and you just barely duck underneath, and as it swings wide. And you have this huge creature towering above you right now. He is about 10 feet tall. Well, actually, no, he'd be closer to 11. And just with the swaying horns and blood dripping from him. And yeah, it's a horrifying sight, and you probably would be scared, except you're not. And I need everyone that can see Seamus to now roll me a cool test to see if you don't shit your pants.
All right. I rolled a 50 out of 65.
Okay, you are good. How about braggadine? Somebody relay to him that I need to know his cool test.
Braggadine, did you roll a cool test?
40. I got a 75 out of 42. I'm going to use a fortune point.
All right.
Okay.
I rolled a 68 out of 42.
Okay. So you are now under the fear condition. You are afraid.
The Minotaur.
You are afraid of Seamus. As he is shifted into this ethereal wraith.
You're under the fear condition towards Seamus currently.
Yeah, I heard. I can hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're -1 success level to all tests affecting the source of your fear. So there we go. And that brings us to the top of the round now, as the Minotaur has been ineffectual somehow this round. And we are at the top of the round with Mr. Benoit. It is your turn.
I'm prone.
You are prone, yes. You can use a resolve point. You can use a resolve point to stand up with 1 wound.
Okay. And I'm in fear of Seamus.
You are currently terrified of Seamus, yes.
I always am secretly.
And you are also technically engaged with a giant Minotaur.
I will call upon the blessings of the lady. I stand up from my position, spend that resolve point, and I have 1 wound.
Mm-hmm.
And do I need to make another cool test to try to get, or do I need to? Am I to flee Seamus?
You don't have to do that, but as long as it's kind of weird because he's technically an ally, but not really right now due to reasons. If he moves closer to you, you're going to have to make a cool test or shatter, and you will run no matter what. Currently, you don't, but any test that affects him right now, that affects you affecting him right now, is at a -1 success level.
I attack the Minotaur.
Okay, go ahead, and as you're frightened by Seamus, go ahead and try to embolden yourself and make your attack.
Okay, what's going to be the penalties here? I've got -10 for my torn muscle in my right shoulder.
Yes, so that is basically 10. All you have right now is the -10 for your shoulder currently.
Bruised ribs don't apply? That's just agility
No,
check?
that's for agility tests.
Solid, okay. So I'm in 10, 7. Got 1 more fortune point just in case. We're going to use that other fortune point.
Okay.
We got 26 out of 47. 2 levels of success.
Okay, that is a hit. How much damage is that?
I have a strength bonus of 4 and a sword plus 4, so I think it's 8.
8? Okay, you actually wound this creature. You swipe out, and you actually draw a bead of blood across its right arm. Would you like to do anything else?
I raise my shield, curse him Bretonian, and spit in his face.
Shit.
Okay, then. You spit at the Minotaur. Got it.
I'm spitting pretty far up. It's like 8 feet taller than me or something like that.
He's huge. He's like 11 feet tall. But you spit in his general direction, I suppose.
After I gave him a spit.
Okay. You nick his arm and then spit at him. That's fine. You and Seamus are on death's door. It's fine. Would you like to attempt to move?
No.
I will say this. You currently have momentum over him. You could leave if you want to.
I could also get away from Seamus then. Wow, if he's close.
You could.
I can only move like 10 feet though.
Doesn't matter. You're out of melee.
No.
Okay. You're staying in. That is acceptable.
Standing my ground.
Okay. Stand your ground. Got it. All right. So that brings us to Marius and Seamus. Who's going first?
Well, I will go first, following our last 2 turns.
Got it. You are now shifted, Seamus. I will say that in your current state, especially with you failing your cool test, death has taken your mind for now, and you will attack everyone around you.
All right.
But
cool.
You have been fighting the Minotaur, so go ahead and make your attack against him if you'd like.
Yeah. Right. That is a 71.
Mm-hmm. You have momentum.
Let's see.
And this hasn't come up very often. You technically get a plus 20 since Bragadine is in melee with him.
Okay. So
all
that
right.
would be
You're welcome.
71, so it'll be 70, 80. So I believe it's a 71 out of 80.
71 out of 80. All right. It's not going to be enough, Seamus. Just barely. As you lash out, and it still has one axe in its hand, and it manages to bat aside. Though it's cautious, and it's almost slowed. You came very close to scraping into this creature, but not quite enough. And it bats aside the sword. Oh, wait, it has a -10 to deflect that, because you have a fast weapon.
Oh.
It actually hits. That actually tears into the body. It actually tears into the chest. As he moves to sweep across, and it lashes out above, and you draw a line through his kind of where the pectorals would be if there wasn't so much matted fur. You regain 5 wounds. And how much damage is that from you?
It's not going to be much. Let me pull it up here. So it will be 7 plus basically a success, so 8.
8. Okay, yeah, that's still something. It doesn't look like he's too hurt, but it is it's a slash nonetheless. And as he does, you siphon some of his essence into you, and it's hot and burning. Not that it matters much to you in your current state. All right. Would you like to do anything else, Seamus? Can you do anything else? Is the question.
I don't think I can. So.
Yeah, I don't think you can either right now. You're not quite yourself. So that brings us to Marius then. What would you like to do, Marius Wolf? You can see that your compatriots are engaged with a massive beast behind you, but you're currently not within reach of him. But you are in reach of the Bestigor that is currently fighting you. You are locked in with him at the moment.
Okay. I'll attack the Bestigor then.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
All right. That is an 8 out of 80.
You definitely hit on that one. How much damage is that total? Just, we'll see if I even have to add this.
I think you probably will. It's a 17 damage.
Okay, yeah, you bypass 1 armor, though.
Oh, wait, let me think. No, sorry. That's 7 points. So that's 19 points of damage. 19 points of damage plus bypass 1 armor.
Okay. 19. 6, 13. He looks hurt. He looks very, very hurt. But still standing. What was your initial roll? An 8? So yeah, you actually...
an 8, yeah.
Yeah, you actually, as you push the axe up.
Sorry. Sorry, it would be 20 points of damage. I forgot to have damaging, so...
Okay, yeah, he's still technically standing.
Okay, cool.
But very hurt as you draw the point of the pick down and you tear into the flesh of his face. It goes down and you actually take out one of the eyes as you pull it down. And he just bellows out and looks very heavily wounded, but still standing. Would you like to do anything else?
Is Dringizan doing anything at this point? Is it just...
It is, and I will say it's been thumbing, and in combat, it's been kind of thumbing more and more. You can feel this kind of reverberation, and the runes are glowing right now in the presence of these fell creatures, but there's been no other effects as of yet.
Okay. Cool. I'll probably end my turn.
Okay. That is the end of Marius' turn, so that brings us to the Bestigor that you just tried to kill. He flips his head back and forth. Blood smatters across you, Marius, as he does. Blackened, disgusting blood. And he's going to try to kill you now. Like he has been. Go ahead and defend yourself.
That's a 20.
God damn it. Well, just for brevity, Marius, as he goes to swing in once again, you just lash the pick out and it spears through one of his legs, his right leg, and obviously takes the femoral, or what the equivalent of the femoral in this mutated creature's flesh. Yeah. And it just bursts out the side and he crumples in a heap, unable to take his second attack against you, as he is now dead. On the offensive, like so many others.
Yeah.
All right. And this would be the Ungor's turn, but no one can see him currently because he is shielded by the Minotaur, so no one knows what he's doing. So then that brings us to the Minotaur, who is still engaged with both Mr. Bragadine Bonneau and Seamus McCready.
It's all right. You can let them run away.
Seamus, he is in his frenzy. He cannot be frightened, unfortunately. But you drew blood from him last, so he's probably going to attack you. So I need you to defend yourself.
Oh, yeah, let's do it.
Now, Seamus, this hasn't come up yet. In your ethereal form, attacks from a large creature don't count as a large creature.
Oh.
You can defend yourself normally with your blade.
We shall do that.
Okay, go ahead and defend yourself.
69. That's a 69.
Out of?
It'd be 2, so no. I guess it'll technically be a 69 out of 70 with my advances and my
That's
exhaustion.
fine. That is enough to deflect this blow, as it was you tied. So I always give it to you guys when you tie.
Oh, yeah.
And you bat it aside, which is unnerving. The Minotaur looks taken aback because it almost looks like it was almost with no effort. And to you, you feel nothing. All your emotion has been drained away. And he cautiously tries to bring it down once again. I need you to defend yourself one more time.
All right, doing the same thing again. Not so hot. That is a 98.
Yeah, that's going to be a fail.
If you need to know the levels of failure.
Yeah, how many? Is it just one?
If you give me a success level for that last
you have
block,
a success.
It'll be a 98 out of 80.
Okay, yeah. So it's just one. It's 1 degree of failure. He unfortunately brings the axe down over his head, trying to squash the thing that is attacking him. He has no idea what you are anymore. And I will say your Wraith form has got that kind of ethereal green look about it, superimposed over you, and you have the kind of skull where your head used to be. And I will say, from those of you looking on, he looks even more Wraith-like than he did the last time you saw him, almost as if whatever this is that has been happening to Seamus is getting stronger and stronger. And he moves to cleave you in half, Seamus. And as he does,
Jesus,
even missing, you shouldn't have blocked this, but his aim is just off, and you just bring the sword of the hilt of the sword up and tap where his kind of wrist is, and he just barely misses you and slams into the ground. The blood splashes all over the 3 of you. And that's actually all he can do, because he only has 1 weapon in his hand. Because the other one is lost inside the blood somewhere. All right. So that's it for the Minotaur.
Oof.
That brings us to the top of the round with Mr. Benoit. Bragadine, what would you like to do?
As I see this terrifying demon Seamus harassing the Minotaur, I spring forward with a thrust, and I attack.
Go ahead and make me an attack.
Hold on, so this could be awesome, actually. Let me see here.
I need you to make me a cool test, too. You can actually break this. You can actually become unafraid.
Okay. Sorry, I didn't hear you there. Cool test?
Yes.
38 out of 10 out of 42.
Okay, so you are no longer afraid.
Success.
Yes.
I'm still afraid?
You are no longer afraid.
Rock. All right. And I attack the Minotaur.
Okay, make me an attack.
Right. 9 out of 9 out of 57.
Okay. Roll damage, or tell me how much damage that is, because you bypass his defense.
Could you speak up? I've got blood in my ears. I'm sorry. You have to repeat that.
Someone relay that to him, please.
I can hear that. No, tell me right now.
Yeah, go ahead.
You succeeded in your attack. He's asking for how much damage you would do. How many success levels?
20 points. No, seriously,
no.
8. So I think if that's 9 out of 57, so 12 points.
Okay, 12 wounds. All right.
Yeah.
As Bragadine lashes across the Minotaur's face as it lunges down in his direction as it's attacking Seamus. And as he does, he slashes across its muzzle, its snout, if you will, dealing not so bad, pretty good damage. All right, that brings it to Okay, he looks.
Escape and put up a better fight than you.
Oh wow! The Minotaur's been rolling badly, but he might not pretty soon. Let's hope. As he gets a lash across the snout and looks bloodied, very, very bloodied. The creature looks riddled with small cuts at this point. And that brings us to Marius Wolf. It is now your turn.
I'm going for that Minotaur.
Okay. There's a bit of like a space issue right now, but I could say you could probably squeeze by Seamus if you want to be that close to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you could hop.
Ungor, I guess.
Yeah. You can't see the Ungor currently.
Okay. Then I'll try to. Yeah, if there's a way I can attack the Minotaur.
Okay. Your choices are either to squeeze by Seamus, which you can. You're going to be close to Seamus. Just know that. Or you can try to climb, which you have the climb skill, up the kind of the rubble and whatnot that you're hiding behind to get a bit of a elevation bonus as well above him.
I might try to climb then, just for fun, you know?
Yeah. You climb up. There's not going to be any skill because you have points in it. So you climb it up. You climb up there easily enough. You scrabble up the side. And I will say he's like 11 feet tall. So even standing on top of this, you're still like level with this creature. So you might be just a couple inches above him, but he sees you out of the corner of his eye. So go ahead and make me an attack. There are two of your friends engaged with him. So you get a plus 30 on this attack. Not that you'll need it.
Jeez. I was about to say, let's see here. That would be... Okay. And that's a 5 out of 130.
Okay, yeah. It's not going to matter. How much damage is that? Just go ahead and tell me real quick.
That is 24 points of damage plus a piercing.
Okay. How would you like to end the Minotaur?
I'd like to climb up and then kind of jump up, to my friend Doobie over here. If anyone's seen Reign of Fire,
Oh, it's a horrible movie, but yes.
It's a horrible movie.
Great movie.
I agree.
You guys upset me right now.
Terrible movie.
Is that the one with McConaughey as like a tank driver? And
I don't remember.
No, this one has dragons. Come on, continue.
It does have dragons.
That movie's fantastic.
But I
Pacific Rim of its day.
I jump up and just kind of overhanded and just come down right across this Minotaur's skull.
Okay.
Taste! Journey's on!
Oh, Jesus. Yes, I love it. The pick pierces through as Marius jumps and smacks into this Minotaur. The weight behind the blow, and Marius himself still dangling from the pick, slams into the side of its skull, and you see the tongue loll out of its mouth, and it crumples to the side. Luckily, not squishing Seamus or Bragadine in its wake as it crumples into the nearby masonry about. And Marius, you are currently standing on a dead Minotaur, hands held firmly around the haft of this weapon.
Can I see the Ungor now?
Hold on one moment, guys.
Okay. Like that movie, Reign of Fire reference.
It did. But
shit movie.
Always. Marius always stealing the kills. Good thing good thing this is an XP based. Because you would take everyone's XP.
That's true.
Whatever, man. I opened them up for you.
Yeah, you guys did good to survive,
boys.
Oh, gee.
My child came running in here.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah. At after 11 o'clock.
Oh, she's ready to play.
Yeah, she opened the door. came running in here. So yeah, had to go take care of that. So back to what we were saying. There's gonna be a lot of edits in this episode.
Okay.
You were asking something, Marius?
I was asking if I could see the Ungor now.
Okay, as you were standing on top of that, Marius, that's actually what I was about to get to. As the creature lays dead, you have your hands wrapped around the pick, and it's in there good. It's deep in that skull. It might require you to rip it free, and as you do, you glance about. To your left, you see the Ungor hidden from view, unless you were at this upward angle. And it has the bone drawn and pointed at Bragadine's back.
I glare at it. Does it react?
It doesn't. It currently. It looks. It looks like it's a little shaken at the Minotaur being dead, but we're still in initiative.
Can I at least say something to him? Yeah,
you have a free action. You have a free action.
I just want to say it, just for flavor, You better run, little beast.
Okay.
Just try to intimidate it a little.
All right. You say that. You don't actually tell your party members where it is, which is, I love that. That's great. Because they don't know where he is. That's fantastic. So, Seamus, it's now your turn. Seamus, you're not in control of yourself.
Ooh, that's right.
You have two enemies
in
front of you. You have two enemies in front of you. There's one standing on top of the creature that you were going to bring to Moore's Garden with you. And then there's another standing by you with a shield. He's cowering somewhat. The choice is yours, Seamus. The choice is yours.
Yes. We're going after the one that's standing on the creature.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack towards Marius Wolf.
Did I lose or gain any momentum from the last round? I never technically got hit, but I don't think hit anybody.
No, then you gain momentum if you weren't hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he missed all of his attacks.
Yeah, he missed all of them.
All right. Son of a bitch! I rolled a 99. Damn it!
Critical fail. Marius, are you going to defend yourself?
Let me just. Yeah, it won't matter. It won't be. Yeah, it won't matter. My momentum won't take me to 100.
Yeah.
Would he even hit me if I even tried to defend? Like, if he's like.
I mean, there's a possibility.
Okay. Even if it's a critical failure, he would still hit me.
I mean, you still have to defend yourself, basically.
Okay. I didn't know if he just tripped over. And
no. We'll roll for that in a second, but you need to at least attempt.
All right. Shit. Fuck me. That's a 22.
Okay. All right. You see the creature that is. Well, quickly roll me one more D100, Seamus.
Sigmar protects this bastard. I hate it so much.
He does.
56.
56. Okay, similar to the Minotaur, you must have choked up, or your blade is not quite right in your hand. Your next action has a -10 penalty. That probably is not going to matter here in a second. As the creature that is Seamus lashes out, Marius. I'm assuming you don't want to kill him.
No.
So I'm going to say this is a critical bludgeoning damage. Roll me a D100, Marius.
All right. Sorry, Seamus.
You've done this before, so it's okay.
That's 17.
Okay. Roll me one more.
All right.
This is perfect.
So 76.
Oh, Jesus, that's high. I'll do a -40 on it because you're not trying to kill him.
Okay. All right.
Oh, shit.
Brings it down to 36. Okay. So you bring the butt of the pick down as you see Seamus, the creature that is Seamus, deep in there somewhere, lash towards you. The strike, it it does so much damage that there's no point in calculating it. The blow smacks you in the face, Seamus. Hits into like your right eye and knocks you unconscious in the process. If you were conscious, you would have 2 blinded conditions from the massive whelp as your eye swelled shut. But you are immediately unconscious as you fall backwards. and your wraith form dissipates as you smack into the blood.
Well,
and
thanks for the momentum. I'm gonna mark that down.
Write it down. Write it down. Okay. Well, it's I mean, in Bragadine, you see all this unfold, and as you do, Bragadine, your sixth sense tingles towards the back of your neck, and you spin around, but not quite in time. Oh shit. You take a shaft in the chest for another 8 wounds, though I think it's not going to matter. That takes you past 0.
Oh, well past 0.
Yeah, so that's another critical hit.
Oh shit, he's at 4 now.
Yep, so he's on death's door, depending on how bad this is. Let's see here.
Might be rolling up a new character. But I love Bragadine. Oh, we're rolling up a new character.
All right, so this one takes you in the gut, below the ribs.
Oh no!
This is a gut shot.
Am I losing? Oh, thank God it's not like a slash. My guts aren't falling out.
It's a gut wound. It goes in deep, and you have 2 bleeding conditions. It goes in deep, and let me make sure this is right, because it says you just get it. Oh no! You're now also the proud owner of a festering wound.
Oh.
Oh, you've been waiting for that infection. All right, I'm happy. No,
that's true.
Merry Christmas, Jumbo. There you go. I know you've been waiting for that infection.
Let me just.
You realize how? That's 1, 2,
it's pretty bad.
3,
I'm not gonna lie.
4,
it's pretty bad.
5. That's 5 criticals now, isn't it? Plus the 2 bleeding conditions. You
have 4 critical wounds currently,
okay.
which puts you even with what you need. You have the 2 bleeding conditions now, so you immediately go unconscious as the arrow bolts into your abdomen. And on your turn, we will be making a roll to see if you just die immediately or not. Yeah, and then I'll go over the festering wound, probably during the break or during the next part of the next session. But regardless, so you hit your knees, Bragadine, and lose consciousness and slump face first in the blood. And you are bleeding in the blood. It's probably not a good combo. That's the end of the Ungor's turn, and it is going to draw another arrow. Marius, you see it knock one, and it is now your turn, Marius, as there are no other combatants except for you and it.
All right, I'm gonna go attack him.
Okay. Due to the nature, that's all I was gonna get to that. You can either make me an athletics test to kind of jump towards him, or you're not gonna be able to quite make it to him in melee range. You'll get close.
Okay. Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to take my hand axe. And
yes!
Give it a little toss.
All right! Throw that hand axe. I've been waiting for this.
Me too.
You have all this momentum.
I do. Not the best. It's 40 out of 83.
Oh, that it still hits though. What's the damage?
I don't think you ever wrote me the stats for that hand.
Okay,
axe.
I'm gonna go with let me look at it real quick. Yeah, I don't think I ever did either. I think it was just considered a regular throwing weapon.
I think they have it.
Do they actually have it?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they do.
Throwing. Hell yeah, they do. Yeah, so it's your strength bonus +3.
Okay. Plus success.
Yeah.
So 4 plus 6, so 10 plus 3, 13. 13 points of damage.
And it also has the hat quality. Hold on, what is this? Breakthrough armor. Oh, shit. Oh, it's not going to matter. Okay. All right. Just so you know, they also can damage armor upon a hit.
Oh,
nice.
nice.
I did not know that. Yeah, they have the hacking quality. Okay.
So
how much was that total again, real quick?
13.
13. That's significant. As it plants itself into the Ungor's chest and takes a step back. It's still technically standing.
Okay. I'll be moving towards it if I can.
Okay.
With my movement.
All right. It is very, very bloodied. All right, that is the end of your turn, which brings us to, Bragadine. Bragadine, I need you to roll me a D100. If you roll above an 80, you die.
All right. I'm closing my eyes here. I rolled an 88.
Shit.
Here's your opportunity, Bragadine.
I rolled an 88.
All right, Bragadine. You can use a point of resilience if you like. Not resolve, resilience. Do you have any resilience left?
I do.
Okay. Yeah, I will allow you to use that to just automatically succeed on this.
Alrighty.
If you so choose.
Oh yeah, we'll choose that.
Okay. All right. And
I'm
going to say
use that point if I'm dead.
All right. So you use your point of resilience, and I'm going to say all your bleeding conditions are no more. You are still under the effects of the festering wound, which means you're still unconscious until someone wakes you up, and you are currently drowning. So we'll get to that soon. You still have 3 more rounds before you drown. So that is going to be it for you. So that brings us to Seamus. You're unconscious. Let me make sure. I wonder if you can remove the unconscious condition. You might be able to. Do you have any resolve left?
I have 1.
Okay, let me make sure. Nope, you can only remove it when 1 wound is healed. No, hold on. Use a resolve point to remove a conscious condition. Oh, yeah, you can. You can use a resolve point to remove the unconscious condition. Okay, so if you've got 1 left, you can pop up. Well, you can remove the unconscious condition, but you're still prone.
Yeah, I won't be able to pop up, but...
Okay, so you're still prone, but you're not drowning, and you also are the proud owner of another fatigue condition. So you can plop that one on there.
Let's go plop this in here.
Yeah, Bragadine, did you have any resolve left?
Oh, yeah, I have 1 resolve, 1 resolve.
You have 1 resolve? You can do the same.
Okay.
Yeah, you can remove the unconscious condition, and then you also get a fatigue condition. But you're not drowning anymore. So the both of you are technically awake, but you're not. You don't have any hit points yet. And that is their turns, which brings me to the Ungor's turn, who has the axe at its shoulder. It's going to wrench the axe free, draw a bead on Marius Wolf, and take a shot.
By the way, to it.
You are within. Well, you know what? You're so close at this point. You're probably within about 10 feet of it. Mm-hmm. Man, that's close. Let's see how coward. Well, you know what? He's a follower of Khorne. He's not going to run. Marius, he's going to wrench the axe free of its shoulder, and he's going to throw it back at you. So I need you to defend yourself, Marius.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't use momentum on this.
No momentum, so just a straight weapon skill to see if you can knock it aside.
Can I use weapon skill to knock it aside?
Just weapon skill.
Oh, just weapon skill. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
For the cape. Ooh, that's a 5 out of... Weapon skill is 50.
Okay, so it technically hits you, so you lose your momentum. It does actually hit as he flings this hand axe towards you. It clips off of, it looks like would have been your kind of like abdominal region, your stomach area. But the cape sweeps out and the edge of the blade skids off some of the scales, and you don't take any damage. But it does throw you off balance.
Okay.
And that's all he can do. He just stands there looking at you, Marius, prepared. I'm assuming you're going to kill him now?
I'm going to try. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an attack, Marius.
All right. Deadling. That is a 19 out of 70.
Yes. How would you like to end the last Ungor?
If he's against the wall or something, I'll just kind of do a big arc swing with my pick and just kind of impale him into the wall.
All right. Easily done. Pick passes through the skull of this hideous mutated creature and pins it in place to the wall, and you jerk the pick free, and the flesh slides down into the pools of blood. You glance back at your companions. You can see they're gasping for air, barely keeping their heads out of the rising blood. And that's where we're going to take our first break.